live in Scottsdale, Arizona with the Lifepro Horizon Balance Ball Trainer. And today, as promised, I'm going to be taking you through a Pilates workout using the Balance Trainer. If you're new to Pilates, welcome, welcome. It's never too late to begin a new practice. If you are a seasoned Pilates practitioner, I hope this is helpful for you, that I'm giving you some tips and tricks and things to think about while you're doing your workout. There are several recorded videos we've done in the last several weeks on different segments of this workout where I go into a little more detail about the principles of Pilates, the head and neck placement, the shoulder mobility and stability, the rib cage placement, the pelvic placement, and the breath. So please check those out. And then we did a series of 4 videos using the Balance Trainer, and check those out because I break down the exercises. But today I want to take you through a full workout, and there'll be a couple more coming, so stay tuned for that. These lives are recorded, so if you miss it, no worries, you're going to check it. You'll be able to see it as many times as you want. I always suggest to watch the first time to see what's coming your way, and then practice along the second time, because that way you're not always turning your head, cranking your head, unless you have your electronic device right in front of you that you can just always see me. But just be really mindful of your head and neck placement. I get people asking me all the time that, my neck hurts when I do this stuff, and there's some reasons for that. We just got to build up your upper abdominal strength and your flexion. And there are a lot of other reasons why you might not be able to lift your head and shoulders up. But let's take first things first. Err on the side of caution. Don't force anything that doesn't feel comfortable. And if you're feeling that you can't do the exercise yet, maybe you're just not ready, and just work up to it. Do a couple quality reps rather than trying to do the entire segment. Super important. That's kind of one of my many mottos: quality over quantity. Awareness, feeling. It should feel good. It should feel like work. It shouldn't feel painful. What else do I want to tell you? Let me ask you, if you're joining me live, please let me know where you're coming in from. If you are working on the Balance Trainer, if you've had any questions about what I'm doing, type those in. I will catch up with you later and answer your questions. I'm happy to help you to have the best possible experience on this this piece of equipment, as well as any other of the Lifepro equipment that we have. So thank you so much for bringing me into your living room today, or wherever you're at. The Lifepro Horizon Balance Ball Trainer comes with the mini stability ball, and we're going to be using this too. So are you ready to begin? We're going to first start with a series. Today we're going through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do about 15 different exercises. I'm going to try to make this workout about 30 minutes, just for the fact that there's always something more to do, but we can always add on down the road. But let's just start with a warm-up. So what I'm going to have you do is you're going to take your mini stability ball and place it in between your thighs. So you can be knees, thighs, or all the way to the groin. I prefer right in kind of mid place. And we're going to start with a cat-cow. And let me move my camera. I want to make sure that you can see me. And now that I've got this here. Oop, there we go. Okay. So the ball is between your thighs, and you're going to place your hands over the balance trainer. If your torso is shorter than this, you might place your hands on the rim, and it'll take you out of the wrist, and you'll put more weight in your fingertips. So let's start with a neutral pelvis. Head reaching away from the shoulders, tailbone reaching away from the crown of the head, and the belly is pulled in. This is our table position. You can curl the toes under or keep them pressed into the floor, whatever feels best for your ankles. You'll take a slow breath in through your nose and breathe out of your mouth like you're blowing out birthday candles. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, 1 more. Feel the ribs expand, and exhale, pull the belly in. Now add on movement. Take an inhale to prepare, pull the shoulders back, slide them back, and tuck the tailbone. Exhale, squeeze that ball and relax your head and shoulders. Shake it out to make sure you're not in your neck. And then on the inhale, release the squeeze of the ball. The tailbone lifts, the belly drops, the shoulder blades slide back, and your eyes gaze forward. We're going to do 4 more of those. Inhale, exhale, squeeze, tuck, and round the spine. Inhale, lengthen from tailbone to crown of head. Exhale as you pull the navel up, tuck the tail, gently pressing the finger pads into the floor. Feel that space you're creating between each vertebra. And then soften everything. Let the belly drop, the eyes gaze forward. You've got 2 more of these. Squeeze and tuck. Feel the pelvis tilting, the hip bones coming up toward the rib cage. And then release that and separate the hip bones from the bottom rib. Last time, you get that squeeze, you get the lift, pelvic floor pulled in, shoulders and neck relaxed, and then realign. Back into the neutral. We're going to change this up just for the next few, and I'm going to remove the ball. I'm going to come onto the dome. I'm going to stay in my quadruped position, and I'm going to do another series. So I'm going to squeeze here. My hands are directly under my shoulders, and then we're going to squeeze that dome and tuck the tail and just really let the head hang. It's almost like you're doing a shoulder stand. And then you're going to let the tailbone lift up. I'm trying to keep my hips right over my knees. Exhale, squeeze the dome, push the floor away, and then inhale and lengthen. Here's 2 more of these. Squeeze and pull the belly up, head hanging, and then pull those shoulders back and lift the tailbone. Last time, exhale, pull up, all the air comes out, and then inhale back in. That's a great way to start stretching out the belly and getting the shoulders to get warmed up. Now from here, what I'd like you to do is go into a hip roll. You have 2 options. You can put your feet on the dome, or you can put your feet on the flat part. It's a little more wobbly. I'm going to go with this one. No, I'm going to go with the dome. I know it's coming up, so I'm going to go with the dome. But please challenge yourself in both. It's worth a try, right? So you'll start again with the mini stability ball. I like this between the thighs. And let me see, I'm going to get in a good position so that you can see me and I can see that I'm giving you good instructions, that I'm not turning my head a lot. Ball between the thighs. Now scoot up and make sure that you can feel your feet over the top of the dome. Adjust my ponytail, flatten your shoulder blades. So reach up and drop those shoulders down, and you know you're in the right place. Hands come to your side. You're going to make the arms heavy into the floor to broaden across the chest. Be careful that the ribs don't pop. We want to keep the ribs in. Always think about squeezing that ball. You won't cramp your hamstrings. You want to use the glutes. So pull, squeeze the ball in, flatten through the tail, the back, roll up. Breathe in here, get length. Reach your knees over your toes. And then in the exhale, drop down between your shoulder blades. There's the middle of the back, the lower back, and then the hips will roll forward, and you'll get that little space. I want you to see if you can see my fingers right there. Okay, see my fingers waving there? You want to get the neutral pelvis. And then squeeze, flatten, tilt up, and you still keep that squeeze on the ball. Fingertips reaching toward the balance trainer, and roll down. My eyes keep gazing over my knees. I don't want to lift my chin up on this. That's a cue, a position I see a lot of people doing incorrectly. Gaze over your knees, tilt, roll up, peel up, bone by bone. Pause at the top, feel the glutes lift you a little higher, the ribs pulling in, and roll down, bone by bone. This should feel like a spine massage. So good. And we'll do 2 more, and then I'm going to add on. And then navel to the spine, tailbone curls up. You're rolling up. You can feel your feet on the dome. Your shoulders are reaching. We're going to reach the hands up and over. And let's get a big stretch on this one. Lengthen out from fingertips to toes. And then as you come down, the hands come over the chest, down and reach toward the hips to the dome. And one more time. Reach to the dome, reach to the sky, curl the tail up, and lift. Hold here and take a nice big breath in, pressing your feet down to lift the hips higher. And then the arms come up first. You reach toward the horizon and roll down. We're going to add on a few more things to that so you can get rid of your ball. Place it to the side. Now the knees are in line, just like you had the ball between them. Take a breath to prepare. Pull up through the pelvic floor. Navel in. You're going to kind of scoop the abdominals and lift up. Once you're lifted, you can use your hands for support so your shoulder blades are pressed down. Reach your right leg up, lift it to the sky. Lower down, line up with the other knee, lift and lower. Let's do 5 of these. Now your leg may not be super straight, but that's okay. Do the best you can to get energy out of the toes. 2 more, keeping that other hip lifted. 1 more. Keep the leg lifted, bend the knee, place the foot down. The hip should be in the same place as you transition to the other leg comes up and you lower down. I'm not lowering too far down, just in line with my thighs. Lift. Every time I lift, I want to reach up, lift it up and lower. 1 more time. Lift, lower. You'll lift and bend. Place that foot down. Hips are lifted and roll it down. Let's do 1 more thing with that since we're in this position. Take a breath in. Navel to spine. Curl the tail up and lift. You have some options. Maybe you keep your hands reaching up. Maybe you keep, I call this gunslinger arms, or the hands down. You're going to lift that first leg up to the sky and look at the ceiling and make little circles, maybe the size of your stability, your little mini stability ball. And then reverse it. I only want to look for about 5 of these. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, place the foot down, hips stay level, reconnect, bring the other foot up, turn your thigh out a little bit. External rotation will help that to get more of the lower abdominal than the hip flexor muscle. And only 5 is what I'm looking for. 5 beautiful circles, small ones. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay lifted as you bend the knee, placing the foot down. Inhale. Exhale, roll all the way down. And you can bring your knees in and just give a little rock and hug. Oh, that should have felt really good. So you're going to roll yourself up to the side, and we're going to go into the ab preps. So we worked the lower body quite a bit, and now we're going to work into the upper body. Grab onto your mini stability ball, and we're going to be on the side of the dome. So I'm going to scoot myself and kind of lean, pull my ribs back. Again, let me know where you're tuning in from, and if you have one of the Horizon trainers, we have a link there if you don't have it, that you can purchase this amazing piece of equipment. So I'm holding the ball between, almost birthing the ball, if you will, okay? Right between the thighs. I'm going to take my hands, interlacing my fingers, or one hand on top of the other, whatever feels best for you, but my thumbs will support my cervical spine. Okay, elbows aren't wide like this. They're a natural angle. And I'll let my spine roll back and stretch over. So you might be pretty tight in your thoracic spine. I tend to be. It takes a few before I can really reach all the way over. But you're going to get a nice stretch all the way down into the lats and the triceps. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, it's right at the top of your abdominals that you'll exhale and press up. Now I'm always putting a little pressure on the ball here. I'll make sure you see it. I'm always squeezing just a little bit, not 100%. Maybe 70. Okay, going to roll back. Arch the spine over the dome. Take an inhale and press here. I'm using my hands to support my head. I'm not pulling my head up. I'm going to let the head drop and then exhale. Now, if it feels safe for you, meaning that you know that you don't have any neck issues and you're not straining the neck muscles, you can let your head lift up and reach up, and then nod the chin and come down. And I'm not going to do that because I don't feel comfortable with that with my neck. I've got some other issues going. So I like the support of the hand behind that. We're mostly looking to strengthen these muscles. Okay, so be very aware of your neck, that you're not popping your chin so much and you're jamming, that you can always have a fist distance from your collarbone notch to your bottom of your chin. And exhale. So these are our ab preps. Now just come back halfway. Now I'm comfortable leaving my hands off the back of my head. My head is in line with my shoulders. I'm going to press and exhale. So I have a chin nod, but again, I can still keep that fist under my chin. Those of you that feel that the neck works too hard, this is a good way to start getting these muscles stronger. Let's do 4 more. Using the breath. I'm reaching. I'm using my lats and my obliques. 1 more. And all the way up. So that's your ab prep to get thoracic flexion. Now we're going to turn it around and we're going to do the breaststroke prep. We won't need the ball for this. You're going to lay on top of the dome. Your ribs are going to be on top of the dome, but it's super important you pull the belly in because we want to dump on there. It's just because we're on our stomach. So I'm going to lay on top of the dome. My hip bones are pressing into the dome. And I'm going to take my legs and I'm going to actively press my top of my feet down into the floor. My legs are wide. Some people might feel comfortable bringing their heels together and toes apart. I like to have a little broader base of support. We're going to do 9 reps total, 3 in each hand position. So the first one, we're going to drop down, let the head drop. Pressing the palms into the ground, drag your elbows to the dome and come up just enough so that your neck is in line, your shoulders are pulling back. And then exhale as you come down. Activate your legs and reach the head away from the tail, belly pulled in, and then come back down. You want to feel those shoulder blades dropping back like hands in pockets and back down. That's our first 3. The next 3, you're going to take your hands, palms facing down, reach toward your feet, and then the palms will press into the sides of the thighs. Exhale as you come down, reach and then rotate, sending the pinky fingers toward the toes. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Great. And now exhale down. Hands will come under, stacking your hands, your arm bones, one on top of the other. The forehead rests on the back of the hands. And once again, activate your legs. My elbows and my head will come up off the floor. Now, this is going to be a little bit harder, and I'm going to adjust myself. I'm going to lean back a little bit more on this so I get my ribs to come do my ribs to press into the dome. And I'm going to lift. That was the right position. And then come back down. Inhale, lift. Actively engaging your legs. Exhale, come down. One more time. Lift, hold this, reach up. Put your hands on the floor, feet together, knees apart. Take a child's pose or a shell stretch. Hands go on the dome, and you're going to really lengthen out the space in the lower back. Pull the navel in, and then come back up. So that was our breaststroke preps and shell stretch. Now we're going to go into the hundreds. So in the hundreds, there's a lot of different ways we can do this exercise, and watch the videos before to show you. I'm going to be on my knees, on top of the dome. We're going to do 100 breaths. You're going to kneel down. You're squeezing between, I'm losing myself on the camera. Let me adjust. I thought I had the right, there we go. Oops. That's it. Okay, so I'm kneeling. Your toes can be kickstands for you. Okay, they can kind of help you up. But I want you to drop the tail, pull the belly in, hands at your sides. We're going to activate all the muscles down to the fingertips And we're gonna pump our shoulders back. And we're gonna inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Now you can always take your toes off the floor. This is 40. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. 62, 3, 4, 5. Last 30. We're pumping oxygen into our muscles. Whoa, I'm losing my balance here. Last set. And release. So you see how active my arms are, and I'm really having to hold myself up so I don't fall back. That's one version of the hundreds. I hope you like that one. Now, from the hundreds, we're going to go into the half roll back. I want you to have your ball, rolls away. You're going to have your ball to help you with this. You're going to sit on top of your dome. Okay, so here's the very top. And now I want to slide kind of in front of the angle of the dome. I'm going to put the ball between my knees or inner thighs. Feet are flat. I'm going to sit up. So ears, shoulders, and hips are in line. This is my neutral pelvis. Pull the belly back to find the top of the dome and roll back halfway. Keep this shape and then flex over and restack up. Avoid dumping. Avoid the dump, okay? You want to feel the flexion and then restack. And get to just the right place here. Take a breath in. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, flex over, restack. Let's do that again. Pull back. Take a breath in. Exhale, flex. Inhale, restack. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, stay. Get a little deeper. Exhale, keep the curve of your spine. Arms are parallel with the floor. Stack it up. Adding on. Take a breath in. Get lengthened. Exhale, pull back. Arms reach to the sky on the inhale. On the exhale, you want to dive over your thighs and draw the shoulders back into the sockets to stack your spine. You can always take your stability ball and gently press that with your knuckles. Exhale, roll back. Arms reach up on the inhale. Exhale, dive over your pelvis, over your thighs, and then draw the shoulders back as you stack. One more. Pull back. The ribs pulling back the navel toward the dome. The arms stretch over. Put a bend in your elbows if you feel like you're in your neck. So you don't have to go back too far. Just align biceps with the ears. And then dive over head, shoulders, chest, and restack. That's your half roll back. Okay, we'll go from here into a little bit of a spine twist. So you're going to sit on your dome. And if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to type in the chat. Always good to help you out on any of these moves. Now I'm sitting cross-legged. That's one option. You can sit legs straight out. That's another option. Or you can sit diamond shape. I'm going to be in a cross-legged position. Let's get the Lifepro logo right in front here. Let me find it. There it is. I know I'm being a little anal here. Okay. So you want that logo right at your chest. It's nice and tall. I'm going to gently push in. I'm not going to squeeze the life out of it. It's just my shoulders come up. Drop the shoulders. Press from the pushing muscles of the chest. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, rotate to your right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, rotate to your left. Inhale, get your length as you come back to center. Exhale, rotate to the right. Inhale, center. I'm going to do several of these so you can feel what's happening. The inhale, you get length. You're going to exhale and use these oblique muscles to rotate. When you come back to center, tail down, belly in, When you're rotating to one side, feel that shoulder blade draw back. Come back to center, both shoulder blades down, chest is lifted, and you rotate. My eyes are following the ball rather than my head turning. I want to keep my chin in line with the ball. I see this one done so incorrectly for so many people. And being on top of this dome, I can't shift my hips. So that helps me not to cheat. Now I'm going to add on to this. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to put the ball between my knees, okay? And I'm just going to be nice and straight here. So now there's no movement in my hips. It's all upper spine rotation. You're going to sit tall and breathe in. And on the exhale, you're going to rotate to your right and pull that elbow back and look toward the elbow and pulse for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, center. You're going to rotate to your other side and look back and pulse 3, 2, 1, and center. Now, by the way, my front arm is really reaching away from that back elbow. 3, and I'm getting taller each time I pulse. 2, 1, back to center. And rotate and pulse. 3, 2, 1. If you find this bothers your neck, just keep looking forward and just get the shoulders to rotate. Back to center. That's fine to do that, okay? Because I'm looking for shoulder rotation, not neck rotation. And release. So that's our spine twist. So from here, we're going to go ahead and do a little side bending because we haven't hit the side muscles yet. And then we'll go a little deeper into the leg work. Come on to one side of your horizon balance ball trainer. Your knees can be bent like this, or you can sit cross-legged. Let's sit cross-legged for starters. I'd like you to sit as tall as possible. The dome is your hand is on the dome, and you're going to slide over. I'm pushing down on the dome and stretching. Always good to check that your head is in line with your spine. My hand's behind my head. My elbow's going to lift up, and there's that stretch from elbow to hip. Then the arm reaches up. There's a little bend in my elbow. And then I'm going to come back. And then I'm going to counter stretch that. I'm going to reach up to the sky. Arms go out. We call this pinwheeling. Pinwheel down, press, and slide over the top and reach. And then push down to lift up and counter that one. We'll just do this one more time because we have another side. Reach out and side bend. Come back to center and counter that stretch, and then quickly take yourself to the other side. Hope this is feeling as good for you as it is for me. I didn't go to my Pilates class today because I knew I was teaching you all. Arms out straight to start, shoulder down. Let's go ahead and put the hand on the dome and slide. Put the other hand behind your head so you can first find the head and shoulder placement. Strong bottom arm here. You're really pressing down and getting that side flexion as the other side extends. And eyes gazing forward. You're going to come up and counter that posture with long line from the hip to the fingertips. Arms go out straight, shoulders down, and I turn my palm up and take it over. And then I'm going to add a bend to the elbow. And you can look up to your elbow if that feels okay for you, or you can look down to your hand, your arm, or the dome, and the arm comes up, and then you counter it. One more time, everybody. Arms go out, shoulders down. You're going to flip the hand, bring the hand to the dome, and slide the arm down and over. This is the best one. The third one, you should feel lots of space. And reach up to the sky and down and counter that stretch. Excellent. So we're going to go from here. We're going to do a little bit. Now, we're not doing the whole single leg series, but we are going to do a little bit more for deeper abdominals. So what I'd like you to do is have yours go onto the side of your dome. And let's, we don't really need the stability ball. We're going to go into this single leg stretch. So I'm going to pull my ribs back. And I'm going to keep my knees bent. I'm going to hold on to my thighs just to keep that flexion. So what I'd like you to do is bring your right leg up to the top. It's actually a single leg pull. We're going to pull. Okay, here's your hamstring stretch. You're pulling the belly in. You're going to place that foot down and extend the leg up and pull. Now, if you find your hamstrings are really tight, take your hands behind the thigh and give it a pull. Place the foot down, hand behind the thigh, knee to chest, and you're going to pull. Now, add on to this. Both legs are straight. You have to really push into the dome here. Leg up, exhale. Arms stay straight. Lift the leg up. Exhale, exhale. This is just a little bit of single leg pull. One more. And pull, pull. Excellent. From here, you can go ahead and sit on top of the dome, slightly in front of it. So here's the top. Always find the top. And that's the most difficult place to balance. And then you're going to sit in front of it. And then you have your posterior tilt, the imprinted pelvis. Now I'm going to place my hands on the dome here for starters. This may not be the spot I want to be to today. Your other option is to bring your hands here. And here's a couple other tips. Fingertips forward, bend the elbows, rather than dumping into the shoulders like this, okay? I like the fingertips forward, okay? So I'm going to have my hands on the sides of the dome. I'm going to find balance one leg and the other. Now from here, we're going to do a single leg stretch. One leg comes out and then the other. And exhale. Reach. I'm not dropping my feet. I'm pulling my legs and like I'm dragging my heels across a table. And the chest stays lifted. I'm just using those lower abs. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 2. These are intense. 1, knees in, one foot down, then the other. And then just open up the hips for a second. You'll feel a little bit in the quads. You'll feel a lot in the quads, but I'm looking for the lower belly. Now, we'll do one more exercise here before we add on. We're going to take our hands back on this one. Fingertips forward, elbows bent. On an exhale, imprint the pelvis. So see how I brought my hip bones toward my ribs. One leg to tabletop, then the other. Find that just right place for you. Heels together, toes apart. You're going to stretch the legs out and then bend them in. Exhale. This is double leg stretch in a frog position. You can always do the knees bent and push out. I like the frog position. Inner thigh connection for 5. Light on those fingertips. 4. See what I just did? Came on my fingertips. 3. I'm pulling my shoulders down, lifting my chest. 2. And 1. Hold here and scissor. 5, 4, 3. If I count, I'm breathing. And 1. Bend the knees in and come up and realign your spine. We're going to do a little crisscrossing and then kind of wrap up with the plank series. So we're going to come back onto the floor. You've got your posterior tilt. Hands come behind the head. Let's just open up the chest for a moment. We had a lot of flexion, so let's open everything up. Let the abdominal wall stretch out. And now we're going to use our ab prep thought. Push into the dome so the eyes gaze to the knees. We're going to have the feet not too close together, not too far apart, just right. When we rotate, we're going to stay lifted and we're going to rotate and bring the knee up. And I'm taking my knee over, not trying to touch my knee, but outside the opposite knee. Place that foot down. You can come back and flex and rotate. That's one option. Take it back, flex and rotate. I'll do one more like that, then we'll do it without going into an extension. Now, let's just stay in the curve and exhale. You can take it out, shoot the leg out, bring it in. Let's add that. Rotate, shoot the leg out, bring it in. You're holding the rotation. Knee comes up, you rotate, extend, bend, and come back in. Bring the knee up. Rotate, extend, bend. We'll do one more because I don't know about you, but my abs are fired. They're smoking. Reach and back in. Last time, you bring the knee up and you rotate past the knee and stretch the leg away. Bring it back in and then take a little break. Aha, that feels great. Straighten your legs out and then lift your head and sweep your arms up. Okay, guys, let's go into our leg pull prep back. Okay, that was a lot of words. You're going to change your horizon to be dome down, flat side up. Now, if you feel this is too much for your wrists, you can always do dome side. And let me just make sure I clarify that. Dome side, your hands are going to be out like that. Okay, you don't have to be like this. Go wide, and your shoulders will be in a better place. But I'm going to be dome side down. Make sure you guys see me. Hands, fingers are spread wide. My shoulders are right over my wrists. And I'm going to straighten one leg out, then the other. Now I'm in a plank position. I just need to make an adjustment here. Okay, I'm in a plank position. We're going to lift up your right leg, flex the foot, pull the belly in, point the toe, and flex the foot that's on the floor. Both feet are flexed. Give it a little kick of the glute and place the foot down. So I lift the left thigh. I'm going to flex, point, and come back down. So it's rather quick. It's articulating my ankles. Lift, flex, point. Give a little kick to that glute. Lift the other leg. Flex, point, kick. When I say kick, it's not with the foot. It's the glute. Lift, point, flex, squeeze the glute. Take a breath in, exhale, lift. Other side, point, flex, kick. One more time on this side, everybody. Lift the thigh, point, flex, and, I forgot the kick, and come on down. And then just give your wrists a little bit of a shake. Okay, I've got one more thing I want to do with this. We'll wrap things up. We're going to do the Pilates push-up. So in the Pilates push-up, we do bent elbows at our ribs, not out wide. And I think I'll do it on the dome side just because either way works fine. So I'm going to have my hands on the sides of the dome. I always start with my shoulders over my wrists. I want to know I'm in the right spot. Pull the belly in, straighten one leg out. Straighten the other leg out. Okay, we're going to bend the elbows, press down, push up. 1. So think about counting down. 1, 2, 3, push up. 1, 2, 3, push up. 1, 2, 3, push up. And you're going to stretch back into a little bit of a downward facing dog. You can bend your knees. Now I'm going to give you an alternative for those of you that don't like being on their toes. You're going to round the spine and come into your plank. Come to your knees. Your elbows to the ribs. 1, 2, 3. Hold. Press away. Elbows to the ribs. 1, 2, 3. Hold. Press away. So I'm pulling my belly back. Bringing the heart forward. 1, 2, 3. Push it back. And then take a child's pose. Okay, we've got one more. Your call. Toes or knees. I'm going to go on the dome, side down, on my toes. Challenge yourself. This is the last of our routine. Okay, shoulders over wrists. Come into your plank. You're going to come down, 2, 3, press up. Down, 2, 3, press up. One more, everybody. Don't drop your head on this. The chest goes down, 2, 3, press up. Hinge back or come to your knees to child's pose or shell stretch. This is downward facing dog. Lift the heels, tippy toe forward, and you're in a nice flat back. Cat cow it a bit. Get a little release in the lower back, a little release in the shoulders. And then let's all sit on the dome to call it a day here. So find a comfortable seat on your dome. We're going to sit in a cross-leg fashion that you feel comfortable. And just let's let our hips roll around. Little belly dancing 101 to release the spine. I hope this felt really wonderful for you. It's, again, a matter of quality move, not quantity, with awesome alignment. Hands resting down, open up the shoulders, open up the chest, take a big breath in. Interlace your fingers, stretch those wrists out, exhale. Hands come behind your head to realign everything. Let's take a side bend to one side. Breathe into that. Come back to center. Other side bends. Breathe into that. There's so much work we could do on the Lifepro Horizon Balance Trainer. The possibilities are endless. Bring the elbows in, tuck the chin to the chest, look toward your heart. Shoulders soft. push your head back into your hands. Keep hugging your head. Once you're stacked up, then open up and gaze up and lift the chest. Now you're arching the spine. Nice big breath in out. And then restack and come back. Thank you so much for joining me today, Roseann Zaft, here with the Lifepro Horizon Balance Ball Trainer. It's Friday. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend, whenever you're watching this video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Type in the chat, hit me on Messenger, or find me at LiveFit, LIVFITT.com, and check out my website and other things I offer for you. Have a great day, guys. Thanks again. Bye for now.